Hi, Annissa here with Firehouse Education and this week's Ask Annissa video column for the rnrmagonline.com's e-newsletter. I hope you're one of the cool kids and you are subscribed to that e-newsletter as well as our Firehouse Education YouTube channel. So this week, I'm not necessarily answering in particular a question. I just want to share something with you that came out of a conversation full of several questions last week with a client that was actually, I believe, in Michigan. And one of the things that led to the conversation we were talking about was just really, how important is having that contract signed. For instance, this person's restoration company is going through some court battle situation, and so they just really weren't sure how important it was to have the contract, because it seemed like even though they've signed with you that ultimately a homeowner has control over that check, and things can get really difficult. Well, this is a very big topic, and there's a lot of things I could say, from talking about the relationship that you've made with this client, your communication. There's a lot of factors that are involved with this client being upset with this restoration company. Now, having a contract signed, is that important? Absolutely. I was actually just talking to a gentleman, Shane, the other day on the phone, and he said something that I thought was great, and I told him I was going to use it on this week's column. And what he said was that, having a contract signed is absolutely vital and critical on a job. And yet, you should be willing to do the job with just a handshake, okay? I know it sounds kind of funny. I'm not telling you not to have a contract signed, okay? You do need that. But what he meant by that, which I wholeheartedly agree with, is if you feel uncomfortable with starting a job, or you have just kind of some feelings that maybe this client might be a little tough to work with, you don't want every job that comes your way, okay? If you have a gut feeling that something's just not okay or not cool on a particular job and you're trying to sign that job, then maybe you need to rethink whether or not you want to sign that job, okay? Are those contracts legal and binding? I hope so. I hope you've consulted an attorney in your state and you do have a good contract for your homeowners to sign that give you legal recourse, because that's the whole purpose of having them. However, it can still cost you a lot of money in a courtroom with an attorney. It can cost you a lot of lost time and energy that could be spent making more money on other jobs. And it can also cause a tremendous amount of stress for you and in your business and, for your family when that stuff goes home with you. So you really need, yes, having a signed contract. I do nothing on a job, touch nothing, do nothing until I have a signed contract from my homeowner. As soon as I do, I'm rocking and rolling. But I want you to know that I have walked away from many jobs because my gut instinct told me this was not a right fit, okay? And sometimes we're just not a right fit for each other on a job. I just felt maybe like, maybe you feel like you can't give that person what it is that they're wanting, gonna make them happy, because you can't provide the type or the way they want the service provided. Maybe it goes against your better judgment and you know that the job won't get done right if it's done that way, and this homeowner isn't gonna be happy in the end, okay? So it, again, boils down to what most things do: good communication in the beginning and listen to your gut instinct. Like Shane said, get that contract signed, but if you wouldn't do it on a handshake, don't worry about getting the contract signed, because you probably don't want the job. All right, I hope that was helpful to you, and I hope that you really get the importance of documentation. It's why we have so many systems in place in our business, and we go through with our students in class about that, because it is important. So thank you so much for spending your time with me, for watching the video. If you liked it, please comment below. Go ahead and subscribe up above to the R&R e-newsletter and the YouTube channel, and like our video on YouTube if you like this. So until next week and next video, I will see you then.